Hi guys, welcome to the second week of our Esther study. I'm so glad that you could join us. I'm Jen, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys this week. Our verse for today is found in Ephesians 5, and it's something that I've been thinking about for quite a while, so I'm excited to share some things that I've been learning with you and to hear from you as well. So let me read Ephesians 5:15. It says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise." And I'm going to throw in verse 16, which says, "Because the days are evil." And there was a lot of evil and wickedness going on in the time of Esther. She then ends up being called to the court of the king, whose lifestyle we've already seen was quite extravagant and excessive. And we will see evidences of this when we study this week, just how he goes about finding his new queen. On top of it, things with the Jews are kind of shaky, and so they are becoming more and more in danger. So in light of all that's happening, Esther will have to tread carefully and live wisely in order to save her people. And it's not any different than with us. If we turn on the TV, we can't help but see some of the wickedness found in our world. Some of it is saddening, some of it is frightening. It's all around us. Some of it is even in our very own hometowns. And Paul reminds us that because the days are evil, we must walk wisely and carefully. So the question we have to ask then is, how do we engage our culture? How do we live in this world carefully and wisely? This is something that my husband teaches on quite a bit, and so I'm going to share with you some of the things that he has taught me over the years. There are three ways in which we are to engage culture. Okay, the first one is that we need to reject what is evil, we need to embrace what is good, and we need to redeem what is broken. So in every society, there are things that are wicked and evil, and they need to be outrightly rejected and spoken against. Things like the obvious things would be like human trafficking and porn and racism. Those are wicked, evil things. But some of the ones that are not quite so obvious are things like materialism and discontentment, selfishness, laziness, and this attitude of entitlement. Those are also evil things. There is no good in them, and they need to be rejected and spoken against. But there are things in our society that are good, and we need to not be afraid to embrace them. There's a lot of beauty and truth to be found in the world, and this is where we see God's common grace extended to all people, right? Where the Christian and the non-Christian alike are capable of producing and creating some beautiful things, beautiful pieces of art, some wonderful music, some interesting and fun and good films, right? There's also humanitarian causes and disaster relief and random acts of kindness and many of the festivals and fairs that communities put on. I mean, these are things that are good and that we can participate in and embrace. So we always have to be looking for the good and the bad, and we need to teach our children how to do this as well. But the third thing that we need to do is that we need to learn how to redeem what is broken. We were once a broken people whom Christ had redeemed. And so we of all people should be able to speak into this issue. Some of the things that, for example, the educational system, it is not wicked in and of itself, but it is broken and it needs to be redeemed. Government is not an evil thing, but it is broken and it needs to be redeemed. Families, marriage, people's lives, there's a lot of brokenness found within individuals and neighborhoods, right? There's brokenness found within our communities, and we need to figure out a way to help redeem those things. The world is a dangerous place, but we have been sent here, and while we're not to view this world as our home, we are to live in it, but not be of it, and this requires wisdom. The same wisdom that Esther needed to walk through her time and her culture in order to be used to save her people. So my challenge for us this week is this: identify 3 areas that are unique to your communities that are good and should be received, that are evil and must be rejected, and that are broken and need to be redeemed. And then think about how can you live out this call to be in the world, to be in your community, but not of it. So I hope you have a really blessed week studying, and enjoy this time in Esther, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.